What's going on, everybody? Joe with Total Justice Gaming here. We are working with a new deck profile today. We're going to go standard in the fact that DBT05 dropped, and I wanted to present my newest build, which is Thegrea. I played Keter Sectionary along with Brankgate. I chose Thegrea because I just wasn't really into anything else. I don't have the real big nostalgia that a lot of people have for Majesty Lord Blaster, and PBO is good, but Shadows still need a little bit more help to truly get there, and that is speaking from someone who ran standard Shadows for quite a bit. I really do like Thegrea's abilities, and the way her deck shifts from what feels like all three of the paladin units combined into a single deck. We have a little bit of golds, a little bit from the calling from the deck. We have a little bit of royals with some of their emphasis on some of what the grade 2s can do based around if you have a specifically named unit. And then we have shadows with some of the abilities that Thegrea can do when she is not a happy girl. So we're going to be looking at this. As always, please like, subscribe, and leave comments on the channel. I love talking to you guys. So we'll jump right into it. So we're going to cover our ride line first. Grade 0 is Knight of Integrity Thegrea. She's your basic starter. When rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. We have Beneath the Brilliant Light Thegrea, which is auto. When this is rode upon by Harsh Training Thegrea, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a grade 2 or less unit, you may call it to the rear guard as rest. Harsh Training Thegrea, which is our grade 2. When this unit is rode upon by a grade 3 with Thegrea in its name, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to one unit with Thegrea or Maple in its name from among it and reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And in this particular build, we're going to be starting off the grade 3s with, and that is super shiny, but Walks in the Path of Light Thegrea. She has multiple abilities. So our first one is Continuous, and this is on the Dark Side Thegrea too. When you ride from hand with Thegrea with a different name in Thegrea, a unit with Thegrea in its name with a different card. Blah, God, I can't talk. The normal ride from hand of a unit with Thegrea in its different card name from this unit is still considered Persona Ride. So basically what it's saying is, hey, all your Thegreas in this deck can Persona Ride. And then she has an axe skill of once per turn, Counterblast 1. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to one grade 2 or less unit. Call them to the rear guard and shuffle your deck. If one who blooms in the dark Thegrea is in your soul, you can choose up to 2 instead of 1. And she also has the ability of auto at the end of the battle that this attacked. If this unit was placed by riding from one who blooms on Darkness and Thegrea. So if you Persona Ride on top of her on Dark Thegrea, you can discard a card from your hand and choose one of your rear guards and restand it. We won't get the ability off the first ride. We will get the call ability, which is fine. The second ability will come in on our third turn. We're going to try and rush them down and try to get them as quickly as possible, but we do have the ability to extend out into a mid-range game, but I still think that this is a rush deck to where if we can get them on our first turn Rite of Darkness Thegrea by rushing them down as much as we possibly can on turn 2, we will succeed. But again, as I just stated, we can go to a mid-range game at the very least by continuously riding Darkness and Light Thegreas. So moving right along, we're going to look at our grade 3s. We're going to be running 4 copies of one who blooms in the Darkness Thegrea. She has the top skill, which is the identical one of the Light Thegrea. All Thegreas is considered Persona Riding regardless of card name. She has the act ability of once per turn, retire 2 of your grade 2 or less rear guards. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. If one who walks the path of light is in the soul, retire the entire column instead of the chosen unit. So we can nuke 2 and then nuke 2 of theirs potentially, if so long as we have it in the rear guard, or so long as we have light in the soul, which we will have on our second ride. And then auto vanguard at the end of this battle, if this is attacked. If this unit it was placed from riding was Persona Rodin, this turn we can counterblast 1, discard a card from her hand, stand this unit, and it gets minus drive 1. So she is our win condition. I do not think we're going to be able to get a win off of Path of Light using multi-attack. I would like to. I think that'd be very helpful, but I just don't think Path of Light is going to be our win con. I think Path of Dark is going to be our win con. So we are maximizing her. We can hopefully get our win on either the turn we ride her or the second turn we go back to darkness. For that reason, we are maximizing her at 4 copies. We are running 2 copies in addition to our ride line of Path of Light. I'm not going to go into it. I am just showing you we are running 2 copies of her. To go along and help ensure that we are going to get maximum value out of our Path of Darkness Thegrea, I've been testing this out. This is Heavenly Shield of Incompassion Heavenly Shield of Encompassment, Felicita. I'm terrible with names, guys. Please do not get me on that. So I'm running her because she's a 13k grade 3. Much like a lot of the grade 3s in Keter, they're pretty big. We're running her for her axe skill of if you Persona Road in this turn. Counterblast 2, retire this unit, choose one of your grade 3 units, and it gets plus 1 drive till the end of your turn. So, the reason why I'm running her is she gives Path of Darkness Thegrea triple drive. And Path of Darkness Thegrea, once she restands, she gets minus 1 drive. So we're going from triple drive down to twin drive as opposed to twin drive down to a single drive. This helps push out damage easier, lets us be able to get triggers quicker, plus 5 cards in hand for Counterblast 4 cards in hand, because you have to discard for her ability. It is a costly win condition, and if we pull it off, we don't pull it off, we're kind of screwed. Because, I mean, this combo really works if we have 3 damage. We don't use a lot of counterblasts in this deck. I try to trim down on that, and we'll discuss that when we hit the grade 2s. But we're testing her at a 2 right now. I have seen it work. And it works pretty consistently. We get 4 cards in hand off of this skill. We do hit a fair amount of triggers with it because we are going to be trying to stack triggers and filter our deck as much as we possibly can. So we're keeping her at a 2 right now. We may drop her to a 1 and bump up Light Thegrea to a 3, but right now we're running Felicita. I cannot pronounce her name. Heavenly Shield Knight at a 2. On to our grade 2s, we are running 4 of Atrocious Moth Girl Maple. She is 4. She is our primary grade 2 in the deck outside of the ride line. She has an auto in the drop zone ability. When a grade 3 or greater Vanguard is placed during the ride phase, if you do not have a unit with Maple in its card name, call this from the drop zone to the rear guard. So we get a almost constant rear guard, which is good. Its second ability is its glitter ability, which I don't know how often they're going to use that little gimmick, but it seems neat. So we get the glitter ability if we have Thegrea, which we will. At the end of the battle that this unit attacks, Soul Blast one or your more of your cards. Choose a card in your soul with the same grade as the sum of grades of the cards Soul Blasted for this cost, and put it into your hand, and put this into your soul. So we Soul Blast grade 1 and grade 2 Thegrea, and then we can make sure I'm reading that right. I can pull it off in the skill, but reading out loud, guys, is always challenging for me. My apologies. Put it into your hand. Yep. So we Soul Blast grade 1 and grade 2. We get to get the grade 3 from Soul. Put it back in the hand and continues to ride, and then this Soul charges into the Soul. This just lets us get Thegrea consistently. Every time we have a Maple, we can get her out of the drop zone, put her into play, or we can use the ability to Soul Charge to be able to set up for next turn. We are running her out of 4 of. So we do want to hit triggers consistently. So as a result of that, I decide to tech in Pentagleam Sorceress from the Hexorb ride line. We are not going to be using her first skill because that is Hexorb exclusive, but we are going to be using the second skill. When this unit is placed on the rear guard, look at the top card of your deck. Put it either on the top or the bottom. If you put it on the bottom, it becomes a 12k attacker. So we get a 12k beater. We get to see the top card of our deck, and we get to set up if we are going to be hitting a trigger or not. Now, unfortunately, this does telegraph to the opponent of, hey, I got to guard this turn. We don't, he's going to hit a trigger because he didn't put anything on bottom. Or, hey, I got to guard a little more because I have a 12k grade 2. That being said, I still am running this because knowing on the top of your deck before you swing really does help out, plan out turns. We get to filter out, and maybe we will hit a trigger easier because of it. Even if we don't and we put it at the bottom of the deck, we get a 12k beater, which can knock down some rear guards or swing into the vanguard. We are running 4 copies of her right now, and we will talk about a different ratio in just a little bit once we cover the last grade 2. So we are running 4 copies of Knight of Fearlessness Retiquus. He will go with Retiquus. He just has a continuous abilities. If you run a grade 3 or greater, he becomes a 15k attacker. We are always going to be persona riding, so we're always going to have draw, and we're always going to be riding on our grade 3. So I saw him as a pretty decent ad because being a 15k grade 2 beater is just really good. Now, the grade 2 lineups, 4-4-4. I am also testing on the side a secondary thing where we are running a 4-3-3-2 split, where I'm splashing in Blaster Dark, just to see how that runs out, so we can nuke some of the grade 1s, or just for more control. Right now, this version of just straight 4 grade 2s, or 12 grade 2s at a 4-4-4 split has been working out quite a bit well. I want to try a 4-3-3-2 split with also Blaster Blader, but did not pull that. So, we're running this. Again, a 15k beater is still very, very good. It's almost always consistent to go on because our whole point of the deck is to continuously re-ride and persona ride Thegrea, meaning this skill is always going to trigger. So we're running him out of 4 of. Moving on to our 1s, we are running 4 copies of the Perfect Guard It's the set 1 perfect guard. Not much needs to be said there. We are running 3 copies of Painkiller Angel. Painkiller Angel, it just lets us at the end of the battle that this unit boosted Soul Blast, run, retire, and draw a card. So we can pretty much keep that as an 8k booster, and then once we do need draw, we can use its skill, and then just get more draw. Also, guys, I really like splashing her in Luard. She really, really good in Luard. And then the final grade 1 we were running before we run down to triggers is Life-Saving Angel Thegrea. She is the back row unit when your other unit in the same column as this unit stands. You may return this unit to your hand. She helps with being able to guard because she can bounce back to hand after something re-readies using Path of Light. I am bouncing her more than I thought I would be. I thought I'd be keeping her on board a little bit more, but being able to guard in standard requires multiple cards at times. We just do not have that big a shield value, so we're doing what we can, and she does help out being able to bounce back to hand to be able to guard on the backswing, so we're running her at a 3 of. On to triggers. We were running a 2-2 split between standard heal and the anti-stand, new anti-stand heal guard. We were testing it out I'm testing it out right now to see if I just need to do a 3-1 split, because we are losing some shield value. I honestly see the anti-stand being much more useful in premium. Probably as a 3-1 split with Heal Guardians, just because there's a lot of restanding Vanguards. So increased shield helps. There is quite a bit of restanding in Standard. So we are running her at least at a 2-2 split right here. More testing is going to show if it goes down to 3-1, but I feel comfortable right now running it as a 2-2. We are, of course, running the over trigger for Keter Sanctuary, mostly because of its additional effect. You can perform drive checks with your rear guards. That is super crazy, so it's good. We are running 3 draw trigger with enhanced shield guards. Now, the reason we're not running fronts is we are not looking to hit super big numbers. In this deck, we are looking to continuously bash in the face with multiple Vanguard attacks. I mean, Path of Light does give us the ability to re-swing, so a front guard would be good, but I need the draw to make sure I get my hand stacked full of Thegreas. So we are running the perfect guard, or the draws this time as opposed to fronts. You guys are welcome to run the fronts. There is nothing wrong with it. I just felt I needed more draw in the deck. And then we're just running 8 crits. Nothing to speak of here on this one. We're not running the special crits in this. We were just running the straight solid 15k shield crits, and we're running 8 of them. And guys, that is my Thegrea build. Hopefully this gives you an idea, or at least a working skeleton on what to do with yours. I would love to hear what kind of comments you guys leave on this. I am always looking to learn, always looking to improve. I want to thank you guys again. Please remember, like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. I am trying my best to do much better recording and doing better visual quality as the channel moves along. Again, upload schedule was a little inconsistent, but we're getting stuff out there. And I will see you guys next time. Hopefully with a fight video using this deck. Later, guys.